cherry blossoms behind me. I think the cherry blossom is going to be early this year. So they're starting to sneak out already. Today's a decent little day, maybe up to the 60s, which it wasn't the last couple of days. Boy, it was rainy and miserable, and I hated coming out to do this exercise, but I know I'll be able to work better if I do. I may certainly be able to feel better. And now I'm doing more weights, which makes me feel better. Because I used to like to run so I could do something hard. Now walking is not as hard. The strenuousness of this is not as big. So I go and do weights, and I don't fall over. See, if I ran hard, I'd trip and fall, and all that kind of stuff. But I want to tell you about a program that you probably don't know about. It's called the Job Training Incentive Program. Okay, now this is for you to get a job, a high-paying job without college degree. Because we need a lot of trained people. And these are jobs that make $36 to $96 an hour. I mean, our new manufacturing that's going on in this country requires trained people, not college degrees. It requires training. So what the government's doing, this program called the Job Training Incentive Program, every state has it. And what they do is give grants to the states that are in need trained people for their jobs, and a lot of them in high-paying jobs. You know, 35 to $95 an hour. I mean, that's a hell of a wage. And that's what the country used to be. You used to be able to work in the automobile industry and make $100,000 without a college degree. So that's coming back. And that's why you have to find the money that will train you to be that. And what they're doing, they're giving money to the companies that need these trained people to pay you to get the training. Okay, so the money comes from the government, actually comes from the federal government, goes to the state government. The state government gives it to businesses in your state to use to pay you to get the money. Okay, now here's some down to New Mexico just announced the money that they give to these companies. Like there's a manufacturer called Electronic Caregiver. It's a digital health technology and service company. So what they have remote patient monitoring. So in other words, this is a technology you have to learn so that people can monitor patients remotely. And the average wage for this is like $24 an hour. Now that company got a $500,000 to train people. So they'll hire you with no skill, give you the skill because they have money to do that, and do it. Here's another one. This one's $36 an hour. This company develops the next generation cell-free system for NRA and protein production. I don't know either. But it's a hell of a job, okay? It's a technology-oriented manufacturing. So radically transform the manufacturing of vaccines and biologics, okay? So to work in this factory, you need some skills. And it doesn't require a PhD in physics or whatever. Yeah. And that's $36 an hour. Here's another. To be a trainee, focus on designing, manufacturing, and applying durable modified sealants that bond extremely well to a variety of subsurfaces against greenhouse gas emissions. Now, whatever that means, right? You don't care what it means yet until you start learning what the hell you have to do. And that's when you learn, hey, this is pretty neat, because you could be making $43 an hour doing that pretty neat thing, whatever it is. See, that company got, they got $24,000 to train you. Okay, so that's what now here's another one. Um, this is a job that's $96 an hour. Okay, and what they manufacture high performance cadmium free quantum dots and composite materials. Wow! So if you want to know what quantum dots and composite materials are, you'll learn. We're all capable of learning. We learn how to drive a car. We learn how to use a computer, whatever. We're all capable if we're asked and if we're trained. So that's why they got this money to train you. Now here's another lower one at $17 an hour. They got a $500,000 to. So you have the skill to make manufacturing corrugated sheets. And that's it. See, all these companies got, what is it over? Oh, they're going to train 145 people. 145 people. So you got from $18, $19 an hour in there to $96 an hour. And that's training all by the government. See, you never find that in Google. Man, how are you going to find this where you live? Well, the people who know this is your career one-stop center. So you want to find out, hey, who's getting the job training incentive program money? Because I want to see if I could get a job there. I want to know who's getting the job training incentive program money, because I want to go look there for a job because they're going to be hiring. And if they're not hiring that one specific skill, they're hiring something else because they're growing people and have to hire. So the people are getting that job training money, and you can find it by the same counselors who help you get any kind of job. They'll be able to find where that is. See, you go where the money is. You don't just, you know, go somewhere. Who's hiring? No, you want to know where they're really hiring, and these won't even be in the paper, or whatever. Wherever you look online or Indeed, I don't know if they'll have these or what. But you go to the horse's mouth. You know when they get the money, so then you could be first in line to apply for this job. Because what we need in this country, we have to compete with China and all these other countries that are making really complex materials, to compete, like solar panels and stuff like that. So you need some training to be in that, to work in that factory actually. And a lot of it, even it's online, you're working. You're not getting your hands dirty. So that's the other thing. It's different kinds of jobs, and that's why the government and your state Department of Labor has to keep up on that, because they want to know who's doing it. You know, and they want to know what you need to start that business. So if you need training money, they go to the government and get training money for you, or not for your boss, to train you. And actually, if you're in a company now, they could go and get money to train you right now, so you could have a better skill in the company you're at now. But you have to know what to ask for. Nobody will tell you that. I wanted to apply to do. You have the links. Here's the links to find out more about this. You go to careeronestop.org. Careeronestop.org. Okay, and that you go to that website and you put in your zip code, and you'll find your local career one-stop center. Okay, and you contact them, make an appointment, and hey, how do I get these jobs? The jobs training incentive program jobs that are free training. But actually, that Career One Stop has lots of other free training jobs for you to get. And a lot of these, and actually, the training jobs, you're making a living. See, if you're getting paid to learn by the company, you're getting a salary too. I don't know if it's as much as $96 an hour, but it would be at least a living wage to get through the training part. See, that's why there's so many programs now that are starting to give wages while you're learning. That's what uh, apprenticeship programs are. They pay you while you learn a trade, a skill, or whatever. So you start at making, $25,000 an hour, and when you finish the course, you're making 50 grand an hour. Uh, I mean, $25,000 a year. Then when you finish the course, you're making $50,000 a year. That's just after months of studying and working. A lot of those training programs are really, you work a couple days, you learn for a couple days. You work for a couple days, you learn for a day. So they're terrific opportunities, and not have to sit in a boring college classroom and studying social sciences and English and algebra, and I maybe get a little bit of algebra in these training classes, to be able to learn these skills. But that's certainly a heck of a lot better. You know, maybe there's not as many good-looking people. I don't know. A smaller universe. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Oh, I don't even have green on. Oh, very little. Huh? I forgot it was St. Pat. Boy, I got a lot of, I have so many outfits. I certainly have a lot of green ones. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you saw my uh, video this morning that members are not picking up their check. We have so much money now that we've given out we've given out over $500,000 already to members and a lot of checks because you only have 60 days to pick it up. After that, we throw it back in the pot, you know. So check if you're a member, if you won our grant because it's right on the front page of everything. You can find out, who the winners are of all our grants. That's public information. See if your name is on there and boy, collect it, please. This money is there to help people, not to help us. You helped us by paying a subscription. Now we've made a profit, so we want to take the profit back to give it back to people who really need it and who are members, who are part of the people that gave us the money. Uh, and so if you confused or whatever, you could our customer service is let's go help at gmail.com. Okay, so that's where you find our customer service. Let's go help at gmail.com. And now we have 3 different grant opportunities every month. 3 different grant opportunities every month. How do you become a member? Let'sgohelp.com. Hiya, Karen. When are you going to get a new picture? Let'sgohelp.com. And the 3 different personal grants we have is one is the big one, the $60,000, and the deadline for that is May 4th. So, and then that we collect all the applications, and there's a form you fill out that has to be in by May 4th. But then we have another one next month, and then the next one is, I mean not May, April 4th. April 4th, right after April Fool's. Okay. Then the next one is April 20th. Okay. And that's our next one. And for that, we're giving out $10,000. I mean, $5,000 to people to get their car fixed. And we're going to do $500 to 10 different people that have trouble, got to get their car repaired so they can get back on the road. Okay. And that's important for people. The other one is on April 30th. We give out 20 brand new computers, okay? Because you need that to find these programs and to apply for them well. People do it on their phone, and we have members that even tell us how they did it on the phone. This lady called, shared with us, they do. You got like $20,000 all on the phone, so it's possible. I'm going to be a member after the last thing. Now all I need is a car. Lots more car programs coming up around, Karen. You're a member, so get our uh, Meta Grants Report. Item number 10 in the Meta Grants Report is how to find out free cars and free car repair. Okay, uh, and that's important. Then I'm finding more and more programs. I want to write it out, because people need cars to get jobs and to get the jobs, or they're just starting a job and they don't have transportation. So there's a lot of programs that help people with that. So that's why I'm seeing a lot more new free car programs, free car repair programs, and everything that are out there. Again, another way to look for that is look under transportation by going to uh, findhelp.org, and search under transportation. And remember, when you use these services, don't just look for somebody give me a free car that looks like a free car and I'll just apply. No, that doesn't work that way. You have to find all these people that are involved in transportation because they do it in ways that you and I will never understand. And the best way to do it is find the list of people who are involved in helping people with transportation. And what you do is call. Thank you, Karen. I need help with my debt. Okay, I'll cover that if I remember right after this. You look under transportation and call each of those nonprofits that are listed under transportation because their their reason for being alive is to help people like you solve a transportation problem. They may or may not have one for you, but they are the best people to think of other places that may be right for you. And you call everybody and ask them that. Not only just one or two places, and they say there's no such thing. No, you can't believe that. Because life is trying to find, if you want to find gold, you have to pan for it and look hard. So that's why you call all those people involved in helping people get transportation, and you call them, hey, I have this problem. Because what happens too, you'll find other ways to solve that problem. Oh, you didn't know this? You could do this. You could get like a grant for a taxi cab pass or something like that. You don't know. I don't know, or whatever. So you want to find people whose job it is to solve transportation problems and pick their brain. Their brain is going to be a lot better to pick than mine is. Yeah. But what I know more about is where to go to find people who solve those problems for you. And that's what you want to do now. You want to call those people and solve them. Ooh, how do you like that tree? Yeah? They look a little big for, I guess they are cherry blossoms. Must be cherry blossoms. I'm in need of a computer as well. Well, Teresa, uh, I'll walk around so you can see a little more of this. Uh, Uh, yeah, again, if you remember, apply to one of ours. But what we want you to do when you apply to one of ours is check locally. You want to check locally. Again, go to findhelp.com or .org, findhelp.org, and put in computers, and you'll run into nonprofit organizations whose job it is to get computers for people. Now, you may or may not be eligible. So you try from them. If you can't get it, then you ask us, and that's who gets the computers. Okay, and so you remember on both platforms, because we're on Facebook and on another one called Mighty Network, uh, and the applications are both of us. I am